Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, family. I see you over there, Clubhouse family. It is Monday. It is Monday. What's the day, y'all? It is the 21st, June 21st, y'all. You know what time it is? It is Keeping Up with Congress. I see you, YouTube. I see you. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for chiming in. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. What a day, what a day, what a day. I am here. I'm here, y'all. It's been one of those days, but I made it to my desk. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Going to do something a little bit different. If you're watching here on YouTube, let's do some housekeeping. If you don't mind, hit that like button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and share, family. Keeping Up with Congress. I come to you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. right here on Clubhouse. Right here on YouTube. But then I take the second half hour and go over to the Clubhouse space. So family, I see you in Clubhouse. If you could ping some folks into the room. It is Keeping Up with Congress, but I'm gonna do something a little different today. I'm gonna actually play. We had the 2021. I participated this Friday. I made my formal announcement for my race to the United States Senate, y'all. We are back. We are back on the campaign trail, y'all. When I tell you I've had a long weekend, I really have had a long weekend. If you hear the raspiness in my voice, I can tell you I've been talking a lot. So I am back. We are back, y'all. I keep telling you I can't do this without you. You are the wind beneath my wings, y'all. This campaign trail is no joke. Those of you that don't know my story, you know this is not my first run, not my second run, not my third run, not my fourth run. This is my fifth run for office, y'all. Somebody said make a fist every time I do it. That just shows some power and some strength. And I have to think that and believe that and feel that, and I received that. So I started running in 2014, 2016, 2018, 2020, and now 2022, y'all. 5 consecutive races. I don't quit. I don't stop. I believe in us. I believe in reparations. I ran those first 3 races to the Georgia State Senate, a different dynamic, but it gave me a whole lot of foundation. Like I feel relatively confident that I know what I'm doing. I ain't arrogant about it, y'all, but I feel relatively confident that I kind of understand this political landscape and this political game. And I can tell you, y'all, it takes money. And I've run strong. We've run hard. And each time we've gotten closer and closer to a victory. And in 2018, I would have been serving in the Georgia State Senate, but that's when the Democrats, our own party, and operatives, I'll say operatives inside the Democratic Party, ran a white woman against me because they knew this was going to be a winnable race and they wanted it. So this is a predominantly white district where I live. And yeah, she was able to take me out, and she did. And I was mad because I wasn't mad that she beat me. I was mad at the way she did it. She knew, hell, she had to have voted for me twice her damn self. So she knew exactly what she was doing. She didn't care. But God don't like ugly. God don't wish nothing on her, but I know God is a good God and he don't like ugly. You don't mess with his. You don't mess with his. But nevertheless, this is our 5th run. We ran in 2020. So we are into our 2nd run to the United States Senate. We came in 6th place in a race of 21 candidates. We garnered over 100,000 votes. And I can tell you the 100,000 votes we received were very intentional votes. We didn't get scraps, and I don't call voters scraps, but I just want you to know that everybody that voted for us, I do believe it was very intentional, because you had to find me in that list of 21 to vote for me. So I believe that what we had, the resources we had, we definitely used them wisely. I'm Black, so we know how to make $1 out of 15 cents. And that's what we did. And we stretched it and we did damn good. We came in 6th place, but now we are back. So I made bringing it forward to Friday, I made my formal announcement that we are back on the campaign trail to the United States Senate. So I'm excited. This was at the 2021 Reparations and Justice Rally right here in Atlanta. So I'm gonna play some clips. We had some phenomenal speakers. It was about a 2-hour event, but I won't play, of course, that. I'm gonna play some segments of of the reparations rally and let you hear my little 2 cents and how we brought it all back. But I'm very excited, but I wanted to take the day and honor, what was done at the Capitol. It was a a lot of planning involved, a lot of anytime you're putting together an event, it's always something, y'all. It's always something. But it worked out. It worked out, and we were able to have the rally. Very nice crowd. Wasn't a whole lot of people, but I tell you, the right people were there from all over. We had people from Chicago, New York, just all over that came in specifically to the reparations and justice rally. And this is how we have to show up and show out and be there for each other. So I want to play a clip. I'm going to start with Brother Naheem. He is with Be the Powers. If you're not following him on YouTube, please do. I'll play his introduction of the event. And I just want to play some clips for this half hour. And Keeping Up with Congress is going to be just a little bit different today, but I don't think y'all mind switching it up a little bit. I was out and about all day. It's a lot of moving parts to organizing a campaign, and I'm very much so hands-on. So getting everything, the infrastructure back in place so that we can run hard and run strong and don't have to worry about these loose ends. I'm trying to make sure that we are moving and shaking, and we got everything we need in place. So that's what I did today, but I wanted to take today again and honor the 2021 Reparations and Justice Rally that was held right here in Atlanta. And on Saturday, I made it down to Tifton, Georgia. No, I wasn't. I was in Eastman, Georgia, y'all. That tells you how hard I'm running already. I was in Eastman, Georgia. There was a Juneteenth celebration there. It was raining, y'all. It rained, but the people were out there. They had their tents, and it kind of fizzled out because the rain just was kind of relentless. But I was there, made a lot of contacts. All the vendors knew who I was. Trust me, I went around to every single booth, so everybody knew who I was. So that made it all worthwhile. And the event for Sunday was canceled because it was rained out. So we're trying to get back out there. That's the plan, is to get back out there this week and continue on. The rain here in Atlanta has just been crazy, but we're going to keep it moving. It'll stop, and the sun will come out, and it'll rain some more. But guess what? We got a campaign to win. So let me play for you some clips from the rally, and we're going to chop it up on Clubhouse. If you are joining me here on YouTube, I see you, family. I see you. Hey, Trey, I see you, family. I see you. So let's bring in some clips, and then I'll come over to Clubhouse, and we will have some discussion over there.
First annual Reparations and Justice Rally. I want to give a shout out to all of you who have showed up in this blazing hot Georgia summer sun. And we good though. We can take it. We can stand it. So today we're going to go over several topics. We're going to go over what is reparations and break down how will reparations be paid for. We have people that say if we give y'all that amount of money, that it's going to somehow break the bank. This is a myth, and we're going to debunk that myth today. We're going to have a breakdown about who's eligible for reparations. Our sister Tamara Johnson Shelley is going to make an announcement on her run for Senate. And we're going to have a bunch of speakers to come up and talk about reparations. We're going to have people that come up and share their stories, their personal stories. We have someone coming in from Lennon-Town, which is in Athens, Georgia. The University of Georgia took these people's land from them, built on it, and gave them nothing. And now, as recompense, they want to give them reparations, but the city of Athens has to get the money first. And the city of Athens decides what happens with their reparations. There's a clause in the Georgia state constitution called the gratuities clause. All of these things have to be challenged because it's vital when we start pushing for local reparations. So I'm going to bring up my first speaker, Brother Arthur Ward, and we're going to get into what is reparations.
All right. Good afternoon, family. Now, before I go into this, I do want to make it clear to you that reparations has not been finalized, okay? we don't know exactly what reparations will look like when it is finalized. But I'm going to give you a pretty good idea of what it should look like. I'm going to use elements from myself, elements from Dr. Darity, and also elements from the Friedman from the course of their various talks on YouTube. Okay? Now, before I go into what reparations should look like, I do want you to understand that my statements are based on 3 conclusions. And 1, the United States is the first and only country on this planet founded as a purely economic and commercial construct. The Constitution is empathetic to property ownership and business, and chattel slavery, the forced extraction of systematically circumscribed and brutally unemancipated labor, is the economic and commercial foundation of this American country. And 2, reparations is not only a justice claim that, affected by how strongly we focus and execute our politics, it is also a business claim. Our ancestors were brought here for business purposes. We are Americans. We must think and act as Americans. This is our business. Business is the mentality we must have and maintain if we want to achieve reparations. Understand, family, emotionality, spirituality, morality statements, race relations, racism mitigation, opportunist subjecting of wealthy black individuals, what your pastor thinks, what white people will or won't do, class-based nationalities, whatever shape the economy is currently in, whatever the deficit is, slavery being a long time ago, whomever the president is at the moment has nothing to do with it. Even though present-day politics is the conduit through which we must secure our reparations, reparations itself is a justified national necessity that is beyond parties, beyond liberalism, beyond conservatism, and beyond any momentarily present but presently prevailing political climate. Reparations is our deferred inheritance that was appropriated, foundationized, then exponentialized by American policy and its derivative economic system. That debt has to be recognized historically, econometrically added up, legislatively secured, and finally redistributed to our correct ownership. Do you understand?
All right.
Okay. Number 3, the combined reparations, cash payments, extensions, set-asides, special considerations, policies, and protections over time should conclude at no less than $100 trillion. No less than that. Think about your money, people. And family, please do a mental reset of that 40 acres in the field. Please. That special field order 15 was done by General Sherman in 1865 to provide settlement and basic sustenance to some freedom as a temporary post-war operational tactic. But this was not a reparations demand. This actually was a provisional military expediency. An actual reparations demand would have had a base allocation that looked more like 250 acres and several mules and startup capital, along with hard and irrevocable language in the original order establishing immediate and permanent ownership. See? But listen, family, listen. This is not to say that the land so designated in Special Field Order 15 should not be legislatively reordered and then permanently bequeathed to the descendants of those that were originally specified as a matter of settled reparations policy, because they should and must be. At the same time, the word reparations was not mentioned one time in Sherman's Special Field Order 15, not once. And what was the name that couldn't add up as reparations? Then, and its calculated equivalent, move forward, doesn't add up now. Okay? 50 acres and a unit. Does that add up to you? Okay. No? No. Just wanted to know if I got some thinking people in here today. So, what we are talking about today are pure reparations, meaning the econometrically correct money exemption set aside comprehensive policy reform, and specific protections. Now, what does that look like? That look like consists of 10 main elements. They are these. 1, the closing of the lineage wealth gap. That means an initial start forward in cash of between 11 to 14 trillion dollars to immediately close the white-line wealth gap in this country. That immediately comes to $850,000 to each Native Black American household in this country paid today. 2, ongoing cash payments to each freedman individual. Everybody else worldwide that was properly reparated got ongoing cash as all a part of their reparations package. Ongoing cash works for the descendants of the originally abused American Indians. A one-time cash payment worked for the formerly interned Japanese Americans and their descendants, but new legislation switched that up recently. Now, more cash is coming for them. Ongoing cash distributions are still working internationally for original Jewish Holocaust survivors, their descendants, and the relations of those that did not survive. Ongoing cash distributions and monthly or quarterly payments until we deem repaired is accomplished should be the foundation of a proper reparations program for freedom. 3, negotiated extraction of penalties and settlements from certain United States corporations and other entities. This includes certain American Indian tribes, certain religious entities, and certain educational entities that still exist that were directly involved and or indirectly benefited from the American slave trade and its associated industries, along with specific negotiated extractions of penalties and settlements from certain states, counties, and municipalities that still exist that were directly involved and or benefited from the American slave trade and its associated entities, including targeted redress for specified and regionally unique post-slavery discriminatory laws, policies, programs, and other atrocious acts. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And those payments being distributed through the United States Treasury to eligible freedmen and quarterly checks. 4, GI Bill type assistance for private housing and available grants, not loans, for business startup capital. A family. Loans do not belong in any reparations program.
Say that one more time.
Loans do not belong in any reparations program.
I think they can hear you back.
Okay. The words loans and reparations do not belong in the same sentence, conversation, paragraph, article, or book.
That's right.
Okay? Do you understand?
Oh, yeah.
Sir.
Okay. There should be federal reimbursement for business licenses and fees, along with federal reimbursement for certain business and financial education outside of formal schools or colleges, and the narrowing or sectioning of certain affirmative action policies to properly apply to freedmen only. 5, multi-billion-dollar endowments for HBCUs if they choose, along with the return of complete ownership, management, and curricular control of those institutions to the freedmen community. The provision of full-ride federal scholarships for those academically qualified freedmen students, whether they go to an HBCU or not, in paper choice. This is part of the repair family. Student loan forgiveness is required, extended to Native Black Americans only on presently held obligations first. Then, the federal government must extend full refunds to those that are partially and fully paid their student loans. Full ride vouchers should be provided for freedmen attending vocational, trade, medical, foreign language, and technical students that are academically qualified. And as an aside, I suggest that freedmen on their own reparations dime acquire martial arts and weapons training. We will need what's on. 6, negotiated multi-billion-dollar irrevocable capital infusions for evaluated and certified freedmen-owned banks, credit unions, finance companies, investment companies, investment brokerages, and insurance companies. This done every year for 100 years. Starting the first year, reparations are enacted, along with guaranteed local, state, and federal government contract set-asides for freedmen-owned businesses. Publicly traded corporations over a certain size federally mandated then advertising and media budgets with freedmen-owned media companies in exchange for tax rates, along with 20% of federal and state advertising and media budgets to be set aside and expended with freedmen-owned media companies and platforms. 7, free healthcare policy specific to free, meaning healthcare that is actually free and specifically full service for free, including the building and rebuilding of full funding of freedmen-oriented clinics and hospitals. This, along with full service free universal dental and specialized psychiatric care for freedmen in perpetuity. 8, the transference of certain government and privately owned lands and residential properties, city, suburban, and rural freedmen homesteads, including unjustly appropriated requirements, and the prioritized granting of unencumbered permissions and licensing in special commercial areas like gambling and cannabis endeavors. For example, 2 freedmen individuals and/or freedmen-owned business entities that are qualified, along with the return in full of the properties themselves or the equal assessed value in cash or replaced with equivalent assets taken in massacres and programs such as Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Apollon, Florida, to the specific descendants of victims. If no specific descendants remain, those assets should be placed in a general fund or reparations trust to be equally distributed to freedmen nationally. Certain urban neighborhoods should be blacklisted, meaning certain protected and prioritized districts within certain cities reserved exclusively for the commercial and residential use of freedmen and diaspora and Black people. Property taxes should be subject to low pre-established limits. If there are any revenue shortfalls for local governments due to property taxes in black-owned areas, those shortfalls should be covered or subsidized by local, state, and federal government entities. Those areas will be prioritized to receive federal, state, and locally expended urban improvement grants, including financing and various business development grants and preferences at the state and local level. Residential and other properties can only be transferred between freedmen and diaspora and blacks. Businesses that have some non-black ownership in these areas must be at least 75% owned and controlled by freedmen residing in that same community, and those partially owned businesses in particular must be subject to an annual audit by a certified forensic accountant. Those areas will have an emphasis on gentrification, meaning that all private improvements in these areas will be freely this year, financed, executed, and owned by those that live in those areas. This done along with government infrastructure improvement funding for public areas. Also, local policing in these districts should be done by freedmen and Black diaspora officers that reside in that same community. Blacklighting would also serve as a firewall against any potentially encroaching gentrification or speculation-driven white takeover due to the investment into and the moving into by whites into primarily and historically freedmen occupied properties and areas. 9, exemption from federal and state income taxation, including full income tax exemptions for incorporated and LLC companies that are owned and controlled by freedmen, as well as forgiveness for individual and business taxes presently owned. Exemption from estate taxes, capital gains taxes, import-export levies, luxury taxes, excise taxes, exemption from state and federal taxation of lottery and gambling business, along with a 25% premium added to all Social Security and federal disability benefits received by freedmen. Guaranteed continued availability and eligibility established for new Social Security applicants of our freedmen, no cancellation, modification, or mitigation of pensions, payments, and other benefits presently provided by federal, state, and local governments to freedmen, benefits that were established and extended before our reparations program. And finally, 10, the establishment of a Federal Bureau of Freedmen's Affairs,
That's what I'm talking about.
which administratively establishes, executes, and maintains at the federal government level the federal designation of American freedmen as a special protected class. This done with full monetary resources provided by the federal government to manage, qualify, distribute, and to federally enforce and oversee the aforementioned cash payments, exemptions, set aside, special considerations, reparations policies, and protections. The Federal Bureau of Freedmen's Affairs will also be responsible for the building and maintenance of a genealogy and reparations database, along with the provisioning of free lineage research assistance. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, family, this is the cheap version. That's right, I did. In comparison to what really needs to be paid for just slavery only, minus post-slavery legal abuse, pain, suffering, and wholesale deprivation, 100 trillion is a deal. There is a corporate and racial justice worth here that needs to be compensated as completely as monetarily possible. But family, listen. Admittedly, I am being a little imprecise here. I don't have all the numbers, but I carry the legacy of all the pain, injustice, and deprivation. I got that. So those are the good with numbers, please let us run those. Now, if things sum up to 100 trillion or more after adding up everything, hold on. There should be no surprise if they do. Because if you understand the actuality of American history in regards to freedmen, they do. The biggest American crime executed deserves the biggest American redress, negotiated fairly and completely, codified and graphically into law and paid in full.
That's right.
Hey! You better say,
That's my baby.
you better say.
Man,
That's right.
I don't know if any of the other speakers got anything left out
Okay.
Gee, brother just went all the way in.
Indeed.
But that's what it means to be a reparation, to be grounded in this information, because we are not just fighting for our current freedom, but we are also fighting for the freedom of our descendants, and continuing the fight of our ancestors. So, Brother Marlon, I don't know how you're going to follow that one up, brother.
I don't know either, brother.
He's going to break down, what the reparations program is. It's not just about money, right? It's about more than cutting a check. So I think Brother Arthur covered a whole lot of that in his breakdown, but Brother Marlon gonna give it a go.
In the dissertation.
Definitely.
Freeman, what's up? All right. I think I came here by myself. Freeman, what's up? Freeman. Hey! Y'all know the Freemen were a special group of people. Y'all know that?
Yeah.
They were almost like superheroes in the political landscape. I'm like, let me just say Freemen unite.
Freemen unite.
Let me see you say Freemen unite.
Freemen unite.
You can't clap for the Freemen. We bring you greetings from the American freedmen descendants of Chicago. We just made that up here. That's what we are. We're the American freedmen descendants of Chicago, and I'm accompanied by Vice President Arthur Ward, Secretary General Cynthia McDonald. I'm the president of the organization, and it's a blessing and a pleasure to see all of you here. We got Sister Tamara Johnson Shirley, the most consistent sister on the planet, and I'm eternally grateful for my brother Naeem And PTP, Mr. Just the Facts, just having the foresight to put this event together, and they have revived who we are. This identity, this being a descendant of a freedom, this isn't new. They have done the work to revive who we are. So we are grateful for them doing that. And good to see our brother Ibrahim from the Indianapolis Freedom Association. There's so many folks. Our sister Dawn. Who else out there? I see my brother Cato. Finally met Sister Constance. Oh, it's good to see all you guys. And it's apropos that this was done on this day and this year, because Brother Naheem, they planned this around last year, right?
Basically.
Sometime around last year, and just recently, our President Joe Biden, signed into law Juneteenth as a national holiday. Isn't that interesting?
That's right.
But you know what I noticed? It's something I think about is Native Americans. They are given reparations, but there is no national holiday to celebrate the cessation of European slaughter on Native Americans. Jewish people, they get reparations, but America has no national holiday to celebrate the cessation of the Holocaust on Jewish people.
Talk to him.
Japanese, they got reparations, but there is no national holiday to celebrate the cessation of Japanese internment. And we have a holiday now, but we don't have no reparations. You better say it. I'm gonna say that again. We have a holiday now, but we don't have our reparations. I have a problem with that. And so what should we do on a day like Juneteenth? Now that it's a national holiday, what should be our primary obligation? I understand people are going to, congregate with each other. I understand people are going to want to barbecue and hang out, and you know how we do. Y'all know how we are. Y'all know we find any reason to get together.
That's true.
Y'all know how we are. I understand that. But what should our primary objective be on a day that's now a national holiday like Juneteenth? What should we do as descendants of freedom? And I think I have a suggestion. The president has passed this national holiday. And it seems to me all those other groups got reparations without a holiday. So and they gave us this on the heels of the reparations conversation being set on fire over the last few years. We set the country on fire for reparations the last few years. And in exchange for that, they give us a holiday. It seems to me that they're giving us a symbol in exchange for us being nimble. Y'all know what nimble means? Nimble means you're supposed to be quick and adapt. It seems like they're giving us a symbol in exchange for us being nimble. But Mr. President, I'm here to tell you, we're not prepared to be nimble on this subject. We're not prepared to adapt and move around on this subject. We are 10 toes down on reparations. We are 10 toes down on reparations. We are 10 toes down on reparations. So pass your holiday. Pass your symbolism. But we are here from the cradle to the grave until we get our reparations.
That's right.
We're here, either we get paid or we get laid. I'm here to, we want our check.
That's right.
And in this lifetime, not my children, they're going to be so too. But I don't mind now.
Right now.
I don't mind now.
Right now.
Y'all know church folks say, oh, we don't get to the by and glory. No.
I'm coming, family. So this is where I dropped my phone. It got overheated. It dropped. But let me stop sharing my screen for just one moment, and I'm going to continue on. I think this is. Let me take a quick commercial break let's take a commercial break. Thank you for tuning in for Keeping Up with Congress. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy, your candidate for the United States Senate. I'm a progressive Democrat that believes that reparations will make America great. It is time that we bridge the divide in this country. Please go to the website. That's tamara4georgia.com. www.tamara, TAMARA, 4 FOR, Georgia spelled out.com. Please join me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here for Keeping Up with Congress. All right. We're gonna get to Chanita. Did you want to chime in? I was playing the clips today from the reparations rally. A lot of people weren't able to participate, but there was a lot of phenomenal speakers. So I'm playing the clips today from the reparations rally at the Georgia State Capitol here in Atlanta. So we will continue on. I'll make my screen larger for those of you that are watching over in YouTube. Here we go. I'm sorry, like I said, I dropped my phone, it overheated. But we are back. So let's get back to the broadcast.
It's for us. This check, there's a picture online right now. I think I put it a few days ago. It's a picture of a baby with a bag full of cotton. It's a little baby. A picture of a little baby with a bag full of cotton. So you ask me why reparations is solely for us, it's for that baby's children.
That's right.
It's for that baby's ancestors.
That's right.
If you have oppression in other countries, if you're a black man or woman, we want you to get your reparations from that country. We want Haitians to get their reparations from France.
Right.
We want Jamaicans to get their reparations from England. We want whatever other black country that was oppressed by European forces to get their reparations from those countries. But we want y'all to want us to get our reparations from this country. Is that all right?
Right.
And as I close, I want to share with you. I shared with you a little bit a few minutes ago that the freedmen were a special group of people. I really want y'all to look at that video what Lion did on Be a Power, and they talked about how special these people were, how incredible, even in the midst of the oppression that they encountered. Because understand, after slavery, we went back into a worse form of oppression. We went back into a worse form of slavery because we didn't have a dollar, a dime, or a law to protect us. And they assassinated President Lincoln. They defunded the Freedmen Bank, defunct the Freedmen Bureau, took back the 40 acres, and we were just out here. Alone. So we went back into a worse form of oppression because any white person at that point you ran across could quite literally be enslaved. Free that moment, you were only property of your plantation owner. After slavery, because of the landscape, you were property of any white person that decided they wanted you to be that right. And even in the midst of that, we were able to still acquire, I think, 15 million acres of land and set up towns and build cities and become congressmen bad people on the planet. And I want you to grab hold of that. Because that's your tribe. That's who you are. Those are your relatives. Those are your cousins. Those are your aunties and uncles and granddaddies. That's who you are. I know people, I know and today we probably have some folks going around saying, we want to get the diaspora to the type, and that's fine. And I've heard for years that, we built the pyramids and we did this. Well, no, we ain't built no pyramids at all. The Egyptians built the pyramids. Leave that stuff alone. I'm going to say that again. The Egyptians built the pyramids. Black Egyptians. You ain't no black Egyptian.
Black on my chest.
Amen. Walk.
Amen.
They built that. Let them have their stuff. We built this.
That's right.
We built the best country, the greatest country. I won't say best, but the greatest country, the greatest economic superpower on the planet. This is what you built.
Yes.
Let them have their pyramid. They did a fantastic job. They say, Africans, the Dogon tribe did this. They were astronomers before astronomy. They did a fantastic job, but they did that. You did this. Benjamin Banneker did the White House. He laid out Washington, D.C. That's your ancestor.
That's right.
That's a freedman. Are y'all following me?
Yes.
Dr. King lit the world on fire for civil rights. That's your ancestor. You did this.
That's right.
Amen, somebody.
Come on now.
Huh?
Come on now.
These are this is your tribe. And I want us to grab a hold of that because I feel like that understand and grab a hold of the right identity. We do it here, but I want people to watch. I want them to grab a hold and know who you are and what your identity is. And as I close, I'm going to tell you a story. I'll tell you a story about this guy named Bob. And this is about identity. This guy named Bob, he worked with this sister named Sue. Bob was a black dude from Chicago. And he worked with this fine freedom sister named Sue. She was gorgeous. And he saw Sue every day. He worked with her for 5 years. And one day he finally got the courage to approach Sister Sue. And he walked up on Sister Sue and he said, Sue, you know, I've been working with you for 5 years and I really don't speak to you, but I'm enamored by your beauty and I just want to know if I can take you out to dinner. And Sue, being a sweetheart that she was, she said, you know, Bob, she said, Bob, you're a nice guy and all, but you're really not my type. Bob said, so why am I not your type? You said I'm a nice guy. She said, Bob, if I'm gonna be frank, Bob, you're 5'11". You're a little short guy. I don't like short men. And she said, Bob, you're losing your hair up here, Bob. And that's a problem for me. And then she said, and Bob, you work in the mailroom. I'm an executive, Bob. I can't date somebody to work in the mailroom. And she said, and finally, Bob, you know, the way you dress, your clothes ain't right. So Bob said, all right. Bob said, okay. So Bob went home the next day and pulled out his degree and went and got a job as an executive at another firm. And then Bob went to the mall and got him a Hickey Freeman suit, Stacey Adams shoes, get his clothes right. Then Bob went and got, y'all seen those tattoo hair pieces that the men are getting now? Bob went and got him a tattoo hair piece. Bob went and got him some stacks that made him a few inches tall.
Oh, why did it freeze, y'all? It totally froze. What's that all about?
That made him a few inches tall.
Go ahead, sis. You could jump in.
This is awesome. I'm sorry. I wish I would have been there.
Bob got to heaven.
Yeah. Here it goes. It's coming back. I'm gonna let Marlon finish. I think we got about 5 or 6 more minutes with him, and then I will stop it and I'll come over to Clubhouse. Thank you, YouTube family, for this extended version of Keeping Up with Congress. I just wanted to bring to you these phenomenal speakers. This is Marlon Watson. He is a freedman out of the Chicagoland area, state of Illinois. So we're going to finish with him and then I will wrap up over in Clubhouse.
I'm rid of this Corvette. I got me a new job. I got some new clothes. Got my hair right. Got my clothes right. I'm a little bit taller. Got some flowers. Why would you strike me dead right now? God said, Bob. He said, yeah, Bob from Chicago. God took off his glasses. He said, oh shit. He said, Bob, I ain't recognize you. That's us. That's us. We go to the government. We've been going to the government for decades and centuries. Talking about we Africans. Talking about we Egyptians. Talking about we this. Talking about we that. But you got to get the language right. You're an American.
That's right.
The government don't recognize you as an Egyptian. The government don't recognize you as a Pan-African. Shout out to the Pan-African. I ain't mad at them. But when you're having a conversation with the government, you got to come with the right language. And Bob is us, because God didn't recognize Bob, because Bob changed who we are. Well, I'm here to tell you, you are American descendants of freedom. And when you talk to this government, you got to talk to them like you know who you are. Freedom unite.
Freedom unite.
Freedom unite.
Freedom unite.
Freedom unite.
Freedom unite.
All right. I'm gonna stop right here. And I'm gonna come back tomorrow with the rest of the rally right here in the great state of Georgia. So I want to thank you for YouTube family for staying with me for this extended version of Keeping Up with Congress. Like I said, there were some phenomenal speakers at the reparations, the 2021 reparations and justice rally right here in Atlanta. You see my voice is raspy. I've been talking so much and yelling and talking. I'm a little raspy, but I'm gonna bring back tomorrow the rest of the rally. And we're going to continue to do what we do, y'all. We fighting and we're running hard and running strong. So I want to thank you for joining me here on YouTube. If you haven't gone to the website and made your donation, please, YouTube family, go to the website, make a donation. We are hitting the road. I am preparing. I'm here wrapping up some loose ends. We're going to get back out there and we're just going to keep hammering, going into, I got some pastors I need to go have a talk with. You know, they ain't trying to touch a girl because they, you know, really kind of got their own little network and click. So I got to go bring it to them. We're going to have a sit down. So I got a few pastors I need to go sit down with because they're going to have to do right. They're going to have to do right. So I thank you for joining me, YouTube family. I will see you tomorrow, same time, 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Clubhouse family, I'll come over there and with you guys for the next 13 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, y'all. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow.